We are hearing a lot about a buzzword related to the semantic web, linked data. Originally, linked data defined a specific set of semantic web technologies best practices for publishing data on the web. Tim Berners-Lee identified 4 rules. First, URIs, or Uniform Resource Identifiers, should be used as names of things, and secondly, HTTP URIs should be established so people can locate those names. The third rule is that links between arbitrary items should be described by RDF, or Resource Description Framework, rather than existing as relationship anchors like in hypertext documents. The standards for queries include RDF and Sparkle, a recursive acronym for Sparkle Protocol and RDF Query Language. And finally, it is also important to include other links so additional data can be discovered. The term linked data is now often used when just generally referring to the semantic web technologies. In this respect, linked data emphasizes web rather than semantic. Additionally, RDF and Sparkle are more likely to be used than OWL, the web ontology language, or RDF schemas by people who build software for the web. Linked open data is linked data which is released under an open license such as Creative Commons so it can be used for free. It exposes open data sets in RDF, sets up Sparkle endpoints for queries, and contributes billions of RDF triples for production of open linked data. Sparkle queries are based on the concept of graph pattern matching, so in code, the return RDF data looks much like the query. Now, I'm not going to go into much of the back end for RDF and Sparkle, but I would like to show you what the end result can look like. This is the earthquake map from the U.S. Geological Service. You can click on it to choose what data is displayed. So for instance, I have it on California right now. The yellow dots that show you over here what all the details are for the data, the yellow dots are from about a week ago, the orange ones are in the last 24 hours, and the red ones are the ones that have just happened within the last hour. You can choose what magnitudes you want to display on the map, or if you want to go to the world instead of that, you can go ahead and choose an earthquake to look at. Then you can click in and use even more of the GIS information, and this just pulls on information from the USGS, and it's a great GIS resource that is really interactive. So although other programming languages can be used, such as JSON, the most common is RDF/XML, like is used here in DBpedia. This database extracts structured information from Wikipedia and provides a Sparkle endpoint for the dataset. It also interlinks with other web datasets. So DBpedia features several projects on their website, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the music genre map. As it states here, it is a force-directed graph of music band genres pulled from DBpedia. The music genre map visualizes the relations between today's music genres and their popularity. Data was pulled from 37,000 bands, with genres of fewer than 50 bands were omitted, and the circle color denotes the genre correspondence. So you can see here there's country, folk, rock, pop, and they all kind of, it doesn't interact, so when you click on it, it doesn't do anything, but it is a pretty cool visualization. So next, I'm showing you Rel Finder. This is an interactive relationship discovery tool that shows you the RDF data, and you can really see how it works and the whole concept of RDF. I'm going to choose Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction, and it will pull up the relationships between the two. So you can see up here, it's the status, it's searching for relations, and it's building the graphs. And then you can kind of watch the relationships form as it's pulling up the information and the things that are between Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction. So now you've got writer, director, editor, made, and it's finding a whole lot of different relationships. It takes just a minute to come up, and you can see Quentin Tarantino, who is of course the producer, has popped up. And you've got Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, and it shows that Sally Menke was the editor of Kill Bill, and she was also the editor of Pulp Fiction. But that's how all of that works. The last one I'm going to show you is linkjazz.org. It's a research project that uses the linked open data technologies for digital cultural heritage materials. They're forming the relationships between the jazz community. They also show you all their API. So if you want to dig a little bit deeper into it, you can go ahead and look at the workings of the site, and the routines and the protocols and the tools are all available. And then they also have a crowdsourcing tool that helps build their database of interview transcriptions, and then that contributes to the final network visualization. So you can see how many transcripts have actually been done on different people, and if you scroll down, certain people have a few more done, like Nancy Wilson. But that's one way you can contribute to it. Then the final thing that I think is the coolest is the network visualization tool. So when you go and you hover over the person, it shows all their relationships between other people. So if I wanted to double click on Joe Williams, then it's going to go to the person, and it's going to show all the relationships with Joe Williams. And if I take it from there and go to Lionel Hampton, you can see that it shows you a transcript text that you can look at, which is what the people transcribe in the 52nd Street project. So you can read the transcript, and then I'm going to go back to Lionel Hampton again and hover on him. You can actually play a recording from YouTube, and they started off with this little one. See if you can keep your feet still while you listen to the king of the vibroharp, the master of the drums, with his all-time big record of Flying Home. It's Lionel Hampton. Lionel. So you can see it's pretty cool that you can go back and listen to a little bit of history and learn a lot about jazz. This is one of my favorite sites, and I really find it a cool thing. And it's an interesting and interactive way to work with cultural heritage projects. In conclusion, linked data opens the World Wide Web to data, and lots of it. It allows computers to utilize sets of data from a variety of sources and mesh them together into useful information for humans. Using tools and programming languages such as Sparkle and RDF, the World Wide Web is moving into Web 3.0, the web of data.